sound. Bang bang, my baby. Money Productions. Let me, let me, let me, let me.
There are over 30 Gobblegum that are going to be included in Black Ops 6 Zombies, and today I've created a tier list of every single one that we know so far before the release, and we are going to rank them based off of their rarity. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get into this. If you don't know, the classics and the mega system has been completely abolished in Black Ops 6 Zombies. Instead, you just earn Gobblegum as you go through each of the rounds, and you're able to spin them once every round for free, just like you are in Black Ops 3. So let's start off with the lowest rarity. The first Gobblegum we have up is Arsenal Accelerator. Now, Arsenal Accelerator works exactly like the classic Gobblegum in Black Ops 3. Instead of being green, this time it's blue, based because of the rarities. And I am going to leave this one in the B tier. And it's because, again, I don't know how important the field upgrades are going to be, but I'm assuming for speedruns, maybe this could be one of the better Gobblegums, so it could be in A tier. But I would say in general practical use in Cold War and in Vanguard, the specialists aren't really that incredibly powerful, and so that's why I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's insane. And so a lot of these are placed in the rarities to kind of delineate how effective they actually are. But to be honest, we're gonna see which one is better. The next one we have is Shields Up. Now this is a Black Ops 4 elixir, and so this is now turned into a Gobblegum, but instead of giving you a shield, because Black Ops 6 is based off of the armor, it actually gives you a 3-minute 2x buff to your armor. Now, to be honest, I think armor, from what we've seen already in the trailer, is very strong. We went from 5 hits with Juggernaut to about 14 hits with armor, and so to be honest, I think this could be a very practical Gobblegum in terms of, let's say, a boss fight that makes you take a ton of hits. But in general, because armor is so strong right now, I'm actually going to put this in the C tier. I think this one is just going to be not really that great. And again, we are doing this before the Black Ops 6 launch, so everything that I am saying here is subject to change, obviously. Here we have Any Rubby here coming up as another rare. Now again, instead of 2 usages like the classic Gobblegum in Black Ops 3, for Black Ops 6, it's 1 usage with a concussive blast. So to be honest, even though it's still 1 usage, Anywhere But Here is one of the best classic Gobblegums just for speedrunning. And so just for that, I'm gonna have to put it in A. I think A tier for Anywhere But Here. Even though it got nerfed from 2 usages down to 1, I still think it's gonna be an incredible Gobblegum. Now coming up next, we have Killjoy. And what's interesting is Killjoy in this is actually only a rare Gobblegum, and it's blue instead of purple this time, whereas Max Ammo is actually a legendary Gobblegum, and you're going to notice that there's a tier above legendary called Ultra. And so again, Killjoy, I don't think you're also going to get 2 of these like how you did in Black Ops 3 as a mega Gobblegum. I think you're only going to get 1 usage, and so for that, I think I'm going to put it in the B tier behind Arsenal Accelerator. I don't think it's going to be that useful, to be honest. Like, maybe for low rounds, but I could just see so many better tiered Gobblegums than this. Now coming up to our last 3 rare Gobblegums here. The next one we have is actually brought back from Black Ops 3 as a mega and Black Ops 4 as a classic. This is Temporal Gift. Now, Temporal Gift, I think, is one of the best classic elixirs in Black Ops 4. And because of that, I think this Gobblegum is actually going to be up in the A tier. I think you're going to see a ton of speedrunners utilizing this because, again, if there's any point of the Easter egg where there's a lot of power-ups, or just in general, Cold War is always dropping stuff, always a ton of power-ups on the line, I think it could be incredibly useful. And again, keep in mind, with this Gobblegum system in Black Ops 6, you are able to hold 3 Gobblegums at a time. So that is going to be an absolute godsend, especially because you're going to be able to even pair up, let's say, a Killing Time, or sorry, Killing Time is not in this game. I know Codename Pizza said that Killing Time wanted to be in the game, but hey, it wasn't in the game. But let's say you can combine a temporal gift and an insta-kill, and you actually have a longer usage on insta-kill. I think temporal gift is going to be a very slept on Gobblegum, but anybody that's speedrun Black Ops 4 is going to know how important this Gobblegum is. Now, we have another classic Gobblegum coming back into Black Ops 6. This is stock option. This is from Black Ops 3. It was green before, but now it's blue, considering this is a rare Gobblegum. So with this one, I don't really know how I think about it. It hasn't really changed. It's basically stayed the same. Honestly, I'm gonna put it probably in the C tier, maybe in front of the shields up one. I don't really ever see stock option in speedruns just in general. Maybe it could be really useful for a boss fight particularly, but still, I don't think that this will be above the C tier in my opinion. All of these rare Gobblegums above it, just to me, seem like they could have way more of a practical usage. And our last Gobblegum that is in rare, that's coming back from Black Ops 3, I would never expect to see this one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Respin Cycle. So Respin Cycle is no longer a mega Gobblegum from BO3, and they actually buffed this Gobblegum. If you remember, it was terrible in Black Ops 3. You'd use it once and it would allow you to get a second spin on the box, but who cares when you had Immolation Liquidation, right? However, in this game, it gives you a higher rarity weapon, so this could actually be quite useful, maybe right at the beginning of the game. But considering while you play the game, the rarities of the wall buys increase, the rarities of the weapons in the box increase, I just don't see this being incredibly useful. Also, considering that you spawn in with the weapon that you choose, and if we do get a Cold War Super Easter egg where you can upgrade the rarity of your gun, you might just spawn in with an epic rarity weapon. So to me, I think I'm probably gonna have to put Respin Cycle still at C tier. I know it sucks because it's like they literally brought back this Gobblegum and buffed it, but even though it's been buffed, I can't really see a lot of instances where this would be better, considering there's an ultra Gobblegum called Wonder Bar in Black Ops 6 that literally gives you the wonder weapon. So ladies and gentlemen, those are all of the rare Gobblegums. Coming out into our epic Gobblegums, there's a couple you guys have never seen before. The first one we have is Nowhere But There. Now, this was a classic elixir in Black Ops 4 that would instantly teleport you to a downed player. Now, I think with co-op speedruns, this is going to be probably just as useful as Anywhere But Here, so I'm going to put it in the A tier right next to Anywhere But Here, because honestly, I think that is going to be incredibly powerful. And it's interesting as well that Nowhere But There is an epic rarity Gobblegum, while Anywhere But Here is only a rare rarity. So I find that a little bit fascinating. And coming up into our next epic Gobblegum, we now have Free Fire. Now, this was a Black Ops 4 elixir, a mega elixir brought into this game as a epic Gobblegum. Now, with this one, you just consume no ammo for 60 seconds, and I don't think a power-up is going to spawn when you activate the Gobblegum. It'll basically just give you infinite ammo, and to be honest, again, I think I actually might have to put this in S tier. I think this is going to be insanely overpowered, especially if it scales towards the whole team. We don't know if it scales towards the whole team right now, but to me, I think infinite ammo for any situation, especially if it's boss spams, is going to be absolutely incredibly important. So I can actually see this being one of the best Gobblegums inside the entire game. Now, coming up into our next one, we have Soda Fountain. Now, if you remember, Soda Fountain was an amazing mega Gobblegum back in Black Ops 3, where if you drank one perk, you get a second one as well with it, and you're able to use it 5 times. The issue with this one, though, in my opinion, and I hate to rate this one so poorly, is that they nerfed this Soda Fountain Gobblegum hard. Instead of 5 usages, you only get 1 usage now. So in my opinion, especially with Cold War zombies having no perk limit and Black Ops 6 zombies having no perk limit, I just see this being an F tier Gobblegum. And it's really sad to say, because in Black Ops 3, this was incredible because of the 4 perk limit. But now that every perk is going to be purchasable right from the Wonder Fizz, I see this as being one of the most useless Gobblegums inside the entire game. Like, and especially because you only get to use it once and get one other perk, and that's it. To me, I think it's completely useless. Like, I have no idea why you would want to run this. It's so easy just to grind points if you have the strongest weapon because of the new point system in this game. I think Soda Fountain is actually going to be one of the worst Gobblegums in this game, which is really sad. Now, in our epic tier, we have a new Gobblegum that is actually unnamed. Now, we don't actually know what this does, but judging by the image, it looks like it's either a free door Gobblegum or a free exfil Gobblegum. And if you guys know, in Cold War, you can only exfil every 5 rounds. And so this looks like a Gobblegum that allows you to exfil whenever. But my issue with this is, why does it even matter? Like, what's the importance of it? To me right now, even if it's just a free door or a free exfil, I think it literally might be the most useless Gobblegum as of right now. Again, this is subject to change because we just don't know what this Gobblegum does right now. We don't even know the name of it. But if it's just a free exfil, I think that's incredibly pointless. So I'm going to put it in the F tier. Now, coming up to our another one, we have an incredible Gobblegum also in the purple tier. Ladies and gentlemen, this is actually Phoenix Up. Now, Phoenix Up is apparently actually a legendary. So I guess I think I'm gonna honestly put this one maybe right in S tier. I think in what was it, Black Ops 4, Phoenix Up was used, and this is such an incredible Gobblegum because anybody that's downed in the map, doesn't matter how many players, they can instantly come back up with all their perks. And for Cold War zombies, because it's such a massive deal to get all your perks, and because they get so expensive, 500 points incrementally after you keep buying the perks, I think this is going to be one of the best Gobblegums inside of the game. And again, Phoenix Up was amazing in Black Ops 3. Honestly, I think I'm going to bump it down to A tier. I think it's going to be just as good because honestly, you know what's crazy? Near Death Experience also is an Ultra Gobblegum. This is the highest rarity in the game. This one's got to be S tier, even above Free Fire. I mean, Near Death Experience, you literally can't die. And it's just like the Black Ops 3 version where it lasts 3 rounds. So to me, that is going to be one of the best Gobblegums, hands down. It's obviously placed in the ultra rarity tier because of that. But let's finish off with our last epic. And ladies and gentlemen, this is going to actually be Profit Sharing. Now, this was a mega Black Ops 3 Gobblegum. And this was, I think, an ultra rare because anytime you were next to someone, you could basically multiply your points by an absolute handful. It was ridiculously overpowered for new strategies. And to be honest, because this game is not running on the old point system, this might actually be one of the most important Gobblegums in this entire game because I could see points being an absolute nightmare. And so honestly, I'm actually tempted to put Profit Share. Like in Black Ops 3, it's like a B or A tier Gobblegum, right? But I think in Black Ops 6, especially in co-op, this could legitimately be an S tier Gobblegum. It could be huge to get a ton of points cumulatively and have all of your friends just get a ton of points in co-op speedruns. Like, I think this is going to be an absolute must run. And the greatest part is only one person needs to run it on your team for the entire team to benefit from it. So let's just hope it still works the same as it does in Black Ops 3 because genuinely, I think profit sharing in this game because of the point system is going to be incredibly powerful. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's actually one Gobblegum that I forgot. Now, I don't know. A lot of these Gobblegums have not been confirmed, but I do believe some people have said that they have seen Swordflay as a rare Gobblegum in Black Ops 6. And again, because there's no Bowie knife in Black Ops 6, it's been replaced by Melee Macchiato. I don't really know how important the Swordflay Gobblegum is going to be considering it only lasts about 5 minutes. And so I think this is just sort of your gimmick Gobblegum, and I think I'm just going to leave it in B tier next to Killjoy. I think I'll put Killjoy at the very top of B, but I think Swordflay is, again, it's going to have its usages maybe here or there. Maybe it's a great solo strategy to get a ton of points early, but I just can't see it being that incredibly powerful. Now, obviously, we do have Whimsicals coming back. Let's just quickly go over them. We have Newtonian Negation. Now, again, they're whimsical. I should have added a whimsical tier, but I'm just going to put these at the bottom of F tier. These are just jokes. I mean, they don't really add anything to the game. Newtonian, the zombies fly up once you take them out. And then Quacknarok, you have these duck tubes around the zombies while they're playing. So that'll be funny. But again, F tier because, I mean, it doesn't really add to the value. But hey, we love our whimsicals. You know what? I'll put Quackrock above Newtonian. How about that? We'll give it that just at the last little bit. So now, all the Gobblegums we have left are some insanely overpowered Gobblegums. These are legendary. These are ultra rarity. And so let's just start off with the legendary. We have Idle Eyes from Black Ops 3 Megas returning. So this is going to be a massive Gobblegum, but it is unfortunately nerfed. In Black Ops 3, you were able to use this Gobblegum 3 times, but in this game, you're only able to use it once. And so to be honest, I really can't place this above anything but maybe either like the top of B tier or bottom of A tier, because the fact that you only get 30 seconds where the zombies ignore you is a little bit bad in my opinion, even though it's for the whole team. And while yes, it's a great buff for the whole team, I don't really see where this will be really used over a lot of these other Gobblegums that basically replace the feature of what it does. Like free fire, you get infinite ammo, and that's going to be crazy if your whole team gets it. Near-death experience, you're literally invincible for 3 whole rounds. So again, I think the ultra rares from Black Ops 3 are mostly going to still be some of the best, including profit sharing, because man, that Gobblegum was insanely busted, especially on a game like Black Ops 6. Let's get into our second legendary. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the one and only Immolation Liquidation, but again, it has been nerfed again. Back in Black Ops 2, you were able to spawn in 3 fire sales with 1 Gobblegum, but now it's only 1 fire sale to 1 Gobblegum. Regardless though, 1 fire sale could make the difference. And so even though I wouldn't say it's an S tier Gobblegum, I'm definitely gonna put it right next to Phoenix Up as one of the best Gobblegums in the game. Fire sale for everyone, get one of the best box weapons out of the box could be crazy. But again, if the box is like Cold War, where a lot of people aren't really hitting it, I could actually see this being one of the worst Gobblegums. Like it could actually go down to like a C tier, which is insane. So for right now, I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt and say the box is gonna have useful stuff, and I'm gonna put it in A tier. But if it does not, I'm honestly gonna redo this ranking once Black Ops 6 comes out and probably put Immolation down at C tier, which is crazy considering Soda Fountain and Immolation and BO3 were some of the best Gobblegums inside that respective game. Now, coming into our next legendary Gobblegum, ladies and gentlemen, we have On the House. Now, this spawned in gives you a free perk, which allows every player to get a free perk. But again, in Cold War, perks are not really that big of a deal. In my opinion, I think the biggest thing in this game is going to be points and just raw damage. And so, to be honest, I hate to put such a legendary Gobblegum down so low, but I think I'm going to put this in the C tier. I'm going to be honest, I really think, sure, maybe right at the beginning, it's going to be a great Gobblegum. But the fact is, I just don't think it's going to be that incredibly powerful. Like, it's kind of sad that, like, Soda Fountain might actually be better than On the House. So, you know what? I'll put Soda Fountain at the bottom of C, and I'm going to put On the House maybe just above it, because I just don't think that these Gobblegums are really going to be that powerful. But ladies and gentlemen, going into our last 2 legendary Gobblegums, we have a Black Ops 4 elixir one called Wall-to-Wall Clearance. Now, we haven't actually seen this Gobblegum in-game, but what it does is it gives you a fire sale with wall buys. So everything on the wall becomes 10 points. Now, again, I don't think this Gobblegum is really going to matter because of the loadout system, and because you're going to be spending all your resources upgrading your main weapon. I really can't see this being that incredibly useful, considering that a lot of the guns on the wall, especially in Cold War, aren't really even that good. So honestly, I hate to do this, but I think I'm going to put this in F tier. I really don't know why they've decided to bring this back, especially without buffing it and just making it really bad as well. So I don't see a really big practical usage with this one. And on to our very last legendary Gobblegum. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cashback. Now, Cashback, obviously, ammo is not even that big of a deal because of the ammo boxes. But maybe you're not allowed to buy ammo with wonder weapons in this game. So again, I don't see max ammo being that incredibly useful. I think it's probably going to be around the B tier. And I think even Instakill might have this Gobblegum B. I mean, even Arsenal Accelerator might have it B, considering, like, I don't think you're really going to be using max ammos a lot. Like, max ammos in Cold War weren't really one of the strongest power-ups because you could just buy everything outright. It was so easy, and you'd spawn in with the best weapon. happen. But ladies and gentlemen, we now have 6 ultra rare Gobblegums at the end of the day to rank. And ladies and gentlemen, I think a lot of these are obviously going to be in S tier. Let's start it off with the one and only Perkaholic. I mean, put that boy right at the top. I mean, I think maybe actually not right at the top, but again, probably right at the top, because you're going to be able to spawn him with the game with all the perks, and that is going to be able to completely destroy so much of the progression in this game and instantly allow you to be so much stronger. And the fact that literally the first game that you play, you might just randomly get a Perkaholic Ultra Gobblegum right off the hop is kind of insane. So I think Perkaholic has to be in S tier. It just, I mean, I think it's obviously better than these epic ones, but again, Perkaholic is Perkaholic. It can't be that bad at the end of the day. One legendary I actually forgot was Power Keg. Now, you know what's crazy? I'm actually going to put Power Keg in A, because I think Power Keg might actually be more overpowered than Max Ammos. You know what? I think I'm going to even put Insta-Kill in A. I just don't see Max Ammos being that incredibly powerful in this game. I don't really see it. It wasn't really a big deal in Cold War unless you really needed the ammo at the last second. But again, most of the times, I mean, hey, in Cold War with Mule Kick, you could literally pick up the ammo off the floor. So it's like, was it really that big of a deal? Probably not. But ladies and gentlemen, on to our next Ultra Gobblegum we have is Raindrops. Now, Raindrops is one of the best Mega Gobblegums in Black Ops 3. It spawns one of every power-up, which was an insane play. And so, again, I'm actually going to put this above Perkaholic. I think Raindrops, especially when you have multiple people using them, you literally don't even need a Perkaholic, because everybody's spawning in the perk bottle so much that you just get all the free perks. So, again, Raindrops, hands down, one of the top 3 Gobblegums in this game without even coming out. I know that as a fact. Let's get into the new Black Ops 6 Ultra Gobblegum being Wonder Bar, though. And honestly, I think I'm going to put this one above Perkaholic. I think Wonder Bar is going to be one of the most important Gobblegums, especially for speed running, which is just getting the best weapon right outside of the box. No questions asked. You just instantly get it. That was one of my least favorite things in a lot of Cold War maps, is learning the stupid side quests for like the Ray K or just all of that. And I mean, hey, at least the Cerberus was cool. I mean, the Chrysalax was just easy to get regardless. But again, this is going to instantly destroy so much progression in the game, which is why it has to be an S tier Gobblegum. Now, coming into our next one, a Wall Power now is actually an Ultra Gobblegum. Now, I think this, depending on how it works, could be incredibly powerful. We don't know the extent of it, but if you get a Pack Punch tier 3 gun immediately, this legit might be one of the best Gobblegums in the whole game. But if it's only 1 tier Pack Punch, I probably would have to put it down in B tier, because it really depends on how much it upgrades the gun. If it fully upgrades the gun and saves you 50,000 points to Pack Punch 3 times on one gun, instantly S tier Gobblegum, like literally one of the best Gobblegums in the whole game. But if not, I think I'm just going to put it at B tier, because I don't understand why you'd even decide to run that. Unless the Pack Punch process is really difficult, but I doubt it, considering this game has a ton of hand-holding. But ladies and gentlemen, our last Gobblegum, now we don't know if this one's confirmed to be in the game, but apparently it is going to be Power Vacuum. Now, obviously, this is an Ultra Gobblegum, and I don't know the extent of it, because in Power Vacuum in Black Ops 3, this was one of the most broken Gobblegums. It was actually banned because you would literally just be able to spawn infinite amounts of power-ups to get through literally any round. And so, let's say it works just like the Black Ops 3 version. It's the best Gobblegum in the game. Hands down. It's the best Gobblegum in the game. There's nothing better than that. But, let's say it only works one round. Again, it's dependent like Wall Power. I'd put it at like B tier, you know? It's not C tier bad. It still has a usage, but if it does last for the full 3 rounds, I would definitely say this is one of the best Gobblegums in Black Ops 6 Zombies. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to make your own tier list with the Black Ops 6 Gobblegums, I'll leave the link in the top link in the description. But as of right now, this is all we know, and I'll see y'all, ladies and gentlemen, in the next one.